Hi Ricky, I just want to do a request for a quote and go through all of the different steps while I'm doing a video. So I'm just going to go through and do greeting cards. It's going to be the same old thing, and I will actually use all correct and accurate information and address details, so it shouldn't be any problem. And I really like what you did with this paper size. I think that looks fantastic. So I'm just going to come through and do it like this. 200 by 150, I don't even know. Say 150. Okay, so I'm going to use an actual address for the purpose of this, because I want to make sure that the error that popped up yesterday doesn't occur again. Oopsie. This is really good. It's coming along really well. It's nice and easy, and there shouldn't be any problems for people using it on the desktop. And I haven't tried uploading a file yet, so I'm not sure if it still does that preview, so we'll check that out. Okay, so does that mean I can upload another one? Would you normally have a file name down here so you can see what you've uploaded? Just let me know what you think about that. Am I allowed to upload 2 files? I'm not sure. Anyway, we'll submit that. This is much better. Well done. Having a timer wheel like that is really great. Hopefully it doesn't take too long. I don't know if you've used Canva, canva.com, but they do a similar sort of thing, and because they're processing images, it does take a fairly long time to upload and to process and then download these images. And they have a pretty cool, they have a progress bar that comes across the screen, and the text that goes along with it is actually, I don't even know if it's accurate, but it basically says, you know, looking for this, and then it moves to step 2. So maybe for slower internet connections it might be helpful to say something like processing your information, and then a little bit longer on it might say finding printers in your area, and then the third thing might say sending your details to printers, just so people don't think that it stopped working. But anyway, what I want to do now is sign in so we can have a quick look as a printer, and I should be able to do this pretty quickly. What's going on here? So do I need to come up straight into the edit? I don't know that. Is that where we should come in? Should we not come into something more like a dashboard or job requests or something? Anyway, I'll leave that with you. The 17th, so this is me here. I really like how you've got the first name only until they request it. I think that's great. So we come in here. Now again, we need to remove all of these on pages where people aren't requesting quotes. So pretty much, unless it's in the about or contact or something like that, we just get rid of it, because a printing company doesn't need a printing quote. So I'm going to open up my email so we can have a quick look at the one that was sent. Sorry about that, making a bit car sick. Now, come down. For starters, this green is really hard to read, so can you just make it dark green or something, and just make it a little bit more subtle, because at the moment it just looks a little bit amateurish, I think. So if you need that redone, please tell me. Anyway, yes, send me more details. Now, I am logged in, so it should take me to the same screen, I think. But ideally, what I would really like, and I mentioned this a couple of videos ago, I'd really like for me, well, for the user, whenever they click this button, it should take them automatically into here, and then automatically send them this. Oh, well done, it does. That's great. Congratulations. So that looks really cool. Well, I mean, I still think it looks a little bit amateurish, and all this should be lined up, but it's fantastic how it works. It's so easy for them. And then down here they've got all the information that they need about joining. So what was that? So over here I uploaded 2 files. I only got the second file through, so you might just want to look at that. And I wonder, I missed on the, does it have the file link or something? Is there some way they can see the file link so they don't need to log in to get it? Maybe you can just have a link here, you know, file, download this file, click here to download this file, or something like that. And maybe I should get the designer to redo this part, to copy this into the email for you, because this looks great and the emails, I think, just let it down a little bit. However, right now I want to show you some screenshots from someone who did some testing. And my sister did some testing on her phone, and I just want to show them to you. So to start off with, we've got this one here, and I was sitting with her. So she did it on, I think it was her iPhone 4 or iPhone 5, and she's just, oh, that's not the first one, that's the first one. She's just sort of come to the page, and as you can see, it just doesn't look right on mobile. For a start, I think this section here is possibly too deep, too tall, however you want to mention or call that. So maybe that needs to come down to about that level when you're doing a quote. It's just more efficient use of the space. And then down here you can see that it's cut off here and it's cut off here, and then you don't even know that these are drops, so it might just be something that you need to fix for the responsiveness. This is the next one here. Again, it's a very tight screen to work with. If this header bar is taking up so much room on the page, and this is down here already, then with that much room to work, you don't actually get to see a lot of the information, and you don't know what you're sort of filling out. So that just might be something that you can work on. The other comment that she had was, when you're doing a number field, is it possible, instead of bringing up this keypad, to bring up the number keypad that comes up on an iPhone? It's just something, if you can't do it, don't worry about it. But if it's easy, then that'd be cool. And the other thing is, when we're doing the address fields, is it possible to make the text fields where you put in your information, like this, every word have a capital at the beginning? Not email, obviously, but delivery address, every word capital, suburb, every word capital, name, last name. Just makes it easier for the user. If it's difficult, don't worry about it. So again, this purpose of this is just to show you that it's all cut off on mobile, and I'll get rid of that. Now, the other final point that she had about using it on mobile was that it got really confusing for her. So check this out. There's a big gap here, a small gap here, a small gap here, and so on. So it's not evenly spaced, it's cut off, but it's difficult for her to understand what question she's answering. So take this as an example. I'll zoom this in a smidge. Now if we look here, there's this question and this text field are together. But the gap here should be greater, or noticeably greater, than the gap here. The reason is that she said she was looking at this screen and it just looks too unintuitive. So this one here, for instance, this sentence is very close to that text box and not close to this drop down, where this drop down is actually closer to the one below it. So what she's saying is maybe you can just group the sentence and the box a little bit more tightly and put a bit more space, for instance in here, between the box and the next sentence. So that's just something to work on for mobile and also the cutting off. But I think they're pretty minor things, aren't they, for sizing? So that's about it. And as far as I can tell right now, I think we're doing a really, we must be very, very close. So you're doing a really great job. So thank you very much, and hopefully this video is helpful.